Hi everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I'm going to do a Divine Feminine Twin Flame read for you first. That was done at 12:21 today, so very significant, very powerful read. I think you will like it a lot. And it's a beautiful sunny day here, I have to say. I did go into somewhat of a major purge last night in having some telepathic communication with my twin. Nothing bad. I mean, I get loving energy from him every day, and even in the communication, it wasn't that he was verbally being negative, but he was just still keeping his heart closed and being just kind of cold about answering things that were hurtful. So I want you guys to know, if these things come up, it's for a reason, and to let it come up and purge it out, okay? The point is to get right back up on the horse, which actually comes up in the read today. So I'm going to get into that in a minute. Yeah, so just right now, ground, and you need this practice because, you know, it's one thing to be home and not get triggered. It's another thing when someone actually confronts you. How are you going to do in that situation? You know, even just when we're driving, do you still get triggered in traffic occasionally, you know? Where your impatience gets the best of you, okay? I have, so, you know, it's all of us. So it's just a matter of practicing being in that space and always coming back to 0 point. So even if you fall and you have that disconnect, and I was out of the grocery store yesterday, so I was amidst a lot of people, and I probably didn't protect myself. I don't do a lot of protecting these days, just more clearing, which is usually fine. I do a protection, but I don't tend to use that word. It's more of a you know, just putting a love energy around everyone. So just be aware of that, because I hadn't been to the grocery store in a while, and that might have been the trigger for me yesterday. Plus, I was up too late, and I always tell you guys, if I'm up past midnight, I have more of a tendency to get triggered, you know, into a purge. So know what your triggers are, okay? So that's my point. And I'm going to get right into the read. No sand art today because I have the feminine read. I'll do oracle cards for you as well, and then I have a masculine read to get out to you as well, which I actually did first, but I want to record this one first for you guys because the Divine Feminine read has some really good messages for you that you need today. This is the entire read for the feminine. And you'll see the more simplistic read on the icon. Okay, so this is the feminine. Okay, and I'm going to get right into this. All right, so where are we here? So today is January 12th, 2019. And like I said, this read was done at 12:21, which I was very surprised by that. I don't know why, but I was, and put that down a little bit. So we have the 12 of the Hanged Man, which is all about wisdom. All right, it's about seeing things from another perspective. And when you don't know what to do nothing. To be still and wise and introspective. When the Hanged Man is reversed, it's because you become inspired or you have an idea, right? The light bulb moment. And then we have the Knight of the Day adding up to 25/7, which is the Knight of Wands. All right, so it's that energy of physically getting busy, running errands, that kind of thing, but it's also passionately riding in. So watch out for the negative energies of that, because that would be someone who could, you know, ride in and then conk out at the last minute, losing energy because they're tired. It could be someone who wants to use someone, right, a one-night stand, that kind of thing. Also could be just someone just in general, just tired, kaput, or holding back their passions, okay? So feeling that, but holding it back. So the major arcana for this were the Tower and Alchemy, which in the Sirian Starseed deck is the Temperance card. 3 wands, 2 pentacles, 2 cups, 2 swords, so very well balanced, mostly 3 wands, okay, for the feminines. The core cards were Page of Swords and Queen of Swords. So that's swordy energy coming up. You know, we always have that energy of the Queen of Swords. All right, so she's in mourning because she's been hurt a lot. Okay, but she's very truthful and honest, and she's there for you. But she may not be the most affectionate person. Okay, so you may be seen that way, even though that's not true, because we know all you you twin flame feminines are very affectionate people. You know, too much so because we're empaths. The numbers that came up in the coding, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 came up, as well as 44, 3, 2, 2, 2, 91, 52, if that means anything to anyone, the number 10 and number 18, as well as 91, 62, so 91, 52 and 91, 62, as well as the 12, 21 time. And as soon as we started the reads, in the card number 39 came up around the Wounded Warrior, and the 39 is the Knight of Cups. All right, so we have a lot of Knight energy, and the Wounded Warrior was there in the, not the underlying card. We actually have the Tower starting out the read, but the Wounded Warrior card was just below that, which I use because I extend the card below, and that's where the Knight of Cups came from, that as well, from that Wounded Warrior combination. Okay, so I'm going to get right into the read. The coding had everything to do with healing and communication, which it happens to be the case, all right? Because last night I was doing some communication with my twin, using my cards to help me try to get more details about what I was receiving. And so you got to be careful about the communication, because the farther you go from your heart, the more chance of interference in the communication, the more inaccuracies can come up in that, right? Because your heart is completely accurate. Your heart can't lie to you. But it was showing me, and that comes up in the read too, you know, as soon as you go out to your hands, it's not as strong, but then as soon as you disconnect from your body, like when you do long distance healing, there's a lot of chance for interference in that respect. So I was called to bring that up to you guys as well, just as a reminder. 9, 10, begin again came up again. That just came up yesterday, I think, for the masculine. And then the message was for the Hermit, right? So you feminines who are isolating, to ace the Queen of Swords. That came up again in the coding about these energies, right? Because she can be very sorrowful and be in grief. So the Hermit to ace the Queen of Swords energy and messages of high vibrations. Okay? So you're learning to master the Queen of Swords energy. The Wise One, the collective consciousness, is doing shadow work to see the bad spirits of your thoughts in high vibrations and words, to find out what are the triggers that trigger you into a low vibration, and what are the words and the consciousness that keeps you in high vibration, and what helps you bounce right back. All right, so this is the mastery of the Queen of Swords, and it was very clear about this, about healing and communication. So many of you may have been triggered this past week or this past day or so in communications to help heal you even further. Okay, so getting right into the read here, I just wanted to bring up the 12 is a 3 for the Hangman. All right, so that's self-expression and socializing. So socializing definitely comes up. Some get-togethers and parties and stuff like that were coming up in the energy. And then the 7 of the Knight of Wands, or 25, is that spiritual energy. It's the calm before the storm. It's vacation, illness, all that kind of stuff to keep you in a quiet place. So we start out with the Tower and the Knight of Cups and the Wounded Warrior energy. Very interesting combination, right? So we have the Wounded Warrior, who has a little bit of fight left but really about to give up, and then we have the Knight of Cups, which is an offer of love. Someone who actually gives their love to everyone. That can be someone who's indiscriminate, or someone who's just loving and does show their love to everyone. So the Tower comes in here, protects the Wounded Warrior while still clearing. So Wounded Warrior doesn't have to be the masculine, okay? The feminine's the Wounded Warrior as well. So the Tower comes in, like I had that purge last night, to protect the Wounded Warrior while you're still clearing, while you're still doing shadow work. To start over in love, you must sit with the bad feelings to learn how to hop right back up on the horse again. All right, so that was the message, and move forward, okay? Feel it, go through it, and then come right back. Not blaming others, and knowing that it's nature's way, and Spirit's connecting, okay? Just like the seasons. When you're in your connection and your relationship with your twin, there will be times where you don't agree and you get your feelings hurt, and you may cry, okay? But it's not to blame the other person, and know this is just a part of the journey. It's part of the spiritual awakening, and knowing how to get right back on your horse again. To feel it out, let it come up, and know what it is. The Divine Feminine's inner child is in compassion, the rose pink color, as the divine masculine's inner child is that Knight of Wands energy coming up to protect her, to fight for her, in purity, in lioness, in burnt orange, in between, always grounding. A little free-flowing water, a creek perhaps, the soft fabrics underlying truth and triumph, skinning a cat and growing some herbs. Now, men in their truth must fight for her honor. All right, so this template is coming up. I'll be the man that she's been dreaming of. Okay, so here we go with the old template, which the masculine has to play out. I'll be the man who will fight for your honor. Okay, so he very well may rush in that way, but it also could be there could be two people vying for your attention, and whether it's the masculines or children, both were coming up. There's a face-off, display of strength, or a debate in public square or a public forum to seal her fate. Point at her throat, all right, so throat chakra's coming up, and right on the tip of her tongue, okay? So when we talk about throat interruptions, pay attention to that. Big family is out, so it's not just the immediate family, but extended family, so extended family parties, things like that. Big family is out. The King of Cups is reversed, detached, dumping things from the past. Opportunity to learn and study to be more discerning, and putty, or malleable. Not in his power, losing money perhaps, and independence, may take up fencing or actually put up a fence suddenly. Okay, so this King of Cups reverse can be a karmic, it can be your masculine, it can be somebody else who's another karmic who's in your life, father, brother, friend, whatever. But he's coming up as emotionally detached and looking for something to do to keep him busy so it doesn't have to be in his head. Putting out fires all over town, started by karmic. So this I was getting, it can be your masculine karmic that started it, or it could be the divine masculine's karmic this is referencing. All right, so this King of Cups is putting out fires all over town, and that may be why he's staying emotionally detached. Could be a firefighter as well. Started by karmic, so some fires started by a karmic, as the divine feminine's been releasing your ex. So divine feminine's, the underlying energy, was about soulmate was first, and then releasing your ex, even if it's a soulmate. Okay, soulmate could reference your masculine, or it can be both, right? Because your karmic can be a soulmate as well. That's not your twin, they're different. If you need to release your ex, you should have done so already. It's in the underlying energy. Squid, snake, or God knows who he is. Okay, so release your ex, even if a soulmate, a squid, a snake, or God knows who he is, right? Release. Also, shadow side of kids, spending all your money and draining you, or begging for those darned butterscotch boots. Okay, and a lot of boots of different colors have been coming up, because that must have come up during Christmas, just as presents for girls and their boots. And they may be begging to go up the mountains or on a school trip that you just can't afford. The Emperor is out, back to the conflicts. All right, he could be back to the conflicts, but I'm seeing his back facing the conflicts. Facing his secrets, his divine feminine, his codes and keys, his psychic abilities. Romance out in public, roses and an olive branch extending, making sure you're not going out on a limb, still loving with karmic masculine, now bringing home ladies. All right, so whether the romance is prompted by your karmic or your divine masculine or somebody new, either which way, don't, make sure that it's sincere and you're not putting yourself out on a limb, like if you're still living with your karmic and they're now bringing home girlfriends. Okay, that's not okay. It's no bed of roses there, but for you, divine feminine, it is. You have the keys and a secret tie with flame if you just rely on your own abilities and not put up with 3 unless it's your kids, of course. Cupid is taking care of him. Don't step on the pussy, cat, when stroking his chest with your feet. Shackles on ankles, is that house arrest or creative expression? Watch for that when you meet, all right? Don't let someone put you back into a prison, a self-imposed one. Whether it's your karmic or your divine masculine, it doesn't matter. The underlying energies that were coming up for signs, this is just underlying: Scorpio, Aquarius upright, Leo reversed, Aries, Gemini, and Pisces. Not sure about the negative or positive attributes for those. The only ones that I know for sure were Aquarius upright and Leo upright. I mean, Scorpio, Aries, Gemini, Pisces. So, and for all this stuff that I was just talking about, like I said, you know, make sure it's not that someone's not trying to put shackles on your ankles and control what you're doing. Or is that, you know, are you just wearing ankle bracelets because it's your creative expression? That's great. But just watch for all that when you meet. And are we talking your karmic or your divine masculine? Health comes up for the feminine is really important here. Okay, but still underlying energies. New beginnings was belief. Oh, I can't talk. All right, knife pointed at my throat. New beginnings. All right, how is that hard to get out of the throat? Is underneath. With new beginnings, you need to pay more attention to your health. Health is 71. That's the 3 of Pentacles, the co-creation energy. And 1 is new beginnings. All right, so just with the new beginnings, you're putting out more energy. So you need to be more attentive to your health. Eye on the Holy Grail and follow the moons. Use your eyes to transmute and clear your water. Taking walks in the afternoons to release your mind of all that love, devotion, and emotion. Like treading water, pushing it down only takes you up for a moment. Instead, learn to float, relax, and feel more into it. Deer in the headlights now coming back for the hunter. This came up before. You may experience it in your neighborhood, him running across your lawn before the deer bunts him, dropping his guns and burdens to run like a bat out of hell. Really funny. I'd love to see that. I have that situation for sure because we have a lot of deer in the woods across the street. And they send out people, you know, to kill the deer now and then to bring down the population if it gets too much. So that was kind of what that was referencing. So that happens in a lot of neighborhoods. So let me know if someone sees someone running from the deer. Confessions of jealousy, insincerity, emotional immaturity, ringing a bell, ladies all celebrating, colors, gold, streamers, and sparkling skin. Beautiful emotions seen, no longer having to sell it. But like I said, there may be some jealousy, sudden invites to parties, or girls' night out. So it was coming up like more people are going to accept what you're going through in your situation. Maybe some are awakening to believing it and not, you know, you don't have to work so hard to just feel comfortable around other people. A single person may offer to treat. As sudden truth or triumph comes through, releasing your ex, be present, take care of your health, you never know. There's been new beginnings. So recently, union or sudden party or celebration, announcements are made, but no messages at present. So things may have happened that you're not aware of. Or about kids lying or stalking to protect their ship coming in. Or this represents New Year's, the parties and celebrations. Wounded warrior, new epiphanies with self-integration, okay, so self-union. Now dealing with energies of a completely different nation. The foundation for the feminine is the diamond in the rough. Point is at hand. Friends or sibling rivalry. Big risk to stay quiet, or something stole or lied for an adult Leo. Okay? There's a Page of Cups, innocent friend here or child offering love or a small love message. So the Page of Cups doesn't have to be a child, but there's definitely sibling rivalry coming up here. So it could be little kids, it could be big kids, adults. Or it could just be friends, okay? As the Knight of Wands holds back their passions, or didn't, and ended up having a one-night stand. Now this is in the foundation, so it should have happened if that happened already. But then ran back to a Leo, who keeps his mouth shut, or someone strong-arming them. There's definitely this situation is definitely two kids fighting. One is reversed. The Page of Cups is upright. The Knight of Wands is reversed. Okay, so it's an older and younger sibling, or it could be the masculine and the feminine, okay? Or it could be friends as well, okay? But definitely two kids or twins. A karmic mother may be getting her kids to compete for her attention by doing bad things, lying, cheating, or just being spies. You know how mom and dad sometimes do that when they're not together anymore. But yeah, a karmic mother may be getting her kids to compete for her attention by getting them to do certain things for her. Again, pointed at throat of the Queen of Cups, who may be a Scorpio and or a Leo. Kids, Pisces or the youngest child, and fire energy with the two kids coming up. Knight of Pentacles stands by watching at 0 point, which is okay. Like, this is the practical person staying at bay. All right, so lots of purposeful chaos around, a brand new life. Centrally is the Two of Cups. There's a lot of beautiful cups energy in this read. The Queen of Wands trying to crack the codes, exposing lies or duplicitous trip-ups in the do-gooders' actions, all right, so the divine feminines online, and breaking patterns, shining their light to help others, teaching and learning, giving and receiving, even if losing money right now. The Emperor suddenly wants in on that light. Ordeal. The Queen of Wands making a plan, all right, so there could be a Queen of Wands karmic, or the Queen of Wands could represent the divine feminine when she is cracking her codes, and creativity flows, and partnered with the Emperor. Okay, so when you're in union with your masculine, that's when your co-creation, your creativity really flows, because it's never just you, it's about both of you. The challenge being is the seeker of orbs, a message or some news by male or child after silent treatment or verbal abuse. The Knight of Cups offers love, but to take it slow, and this is to a hermit, since 1 or 2 kids may be involved. There's sudden explosion of activity or someone kicked out. Now in your head, the E-Tower, the divine feminine's heart and home, the Emperor journeys toward you to render you defenseless to his showing. The Fool takes a leap, not caring what anyone thinks, moving to Angel with patience, over the suffering and in his knowing. The Knight of Pentacles with practical offer due to, I was getting a dominatrix here, but also just verbally abusive. Queen of Pentacles or Leo is scorned. It could be Queen of Pentacles. It's obviously earth signs, but there's definitely Leo coming up with this Queen of Pentacles. So it could be a scorned karmic, but the worst is over about illusions or synchronicities. I was also getting an interesting situation, and I was getting a sour stomach around this point as well. Queen of Pentacles could be different people, okay? It could come up as a Leo. It also could be the divine masculines or your sister, or the karmic, like I said, or a friend. And one specific situation, this is not for everyone, obviously, the divine masculine's karmic or partner or wife, whether they're together or not, it's coming out that their partner is actually a woman, and it's her best friend, his sister, or like I said, her best friend. All right, so, but she was married, and now she's coming out as being gay, and she's been secretly with her best friend in a relationship or his sister. All right, so that's specific for someone, not for everyone, obviously. Okay, so the Queen of Wands, so the Queen of Pentacles, Leo, is coming up here, scorned, but the worst is over about illusions or synchronicities. And that could be the divine feminine as well, as the karmic, or a karmic around you, divine feminine. This is you in your head right now. So whoever's around your thinking right now. The Queen of Wands, transformation, also could be Leo person, strong-arming the divine masculine, or the Queen of Pentacles about the past love offer. At the full moon, all cycles complete. All right, so this is a big day coming up, January 21st. All right, because then we have 2019 is 12, don't forget. So that day will be 1-2-1-1-2, okay? Past love is a past love offer made him, the divine masculine, or a karmic, take a good look in the mirror about death of his marriage. So if you're still living with a karmic, this could relate to him. Taking a good look in the mirror about a death of his marriage, and shocked about third-party twin who reminded him of a military man he'd seen through her. All right, so that might be for divine masculines, obviously with the divine masculine twins. Sometimes you have experiences of seeing the other person's partner in your life, and you may have thought that you were gay. So that needs to come up again. That hasn't come up for a long time. So some people actually have seen their partner, like, you know, we experience the divine masculine's partner directly because we feel it when they're touched by them and they are thinking of us. The same thing could have happened when we didn't even know each other, where the divine masculine was constantly seeing the divine feminine's partner and maybe questioned whether they were gay or not, okay? So someone might have had struggles with being bi because they kept seeing someone and didn't really feel gay, but kept seeing someone, all right, and feeling sexual energy around it. So this goes both ways, okay? So this was coming up for someone that was shocked about a third-party twin who reminded him of a military man because he was getting energy through you, of your ex-partners. Soon, not expressing feelings to an empress and sitting on savings uninspired. There's a journey of the Scrooge, all right? And so whether that's about money or just holding on to things too tightly. But the Scrooge getting attention and success to make a bold move to express his or her feelings to the world and confess. The divine feminine is expanding, co-creating, working on insecurities and manipulations, and a block because of the masculine sadness, regret, grief, and coming forward. So a lot of what I experienced last night may very well be what the masculine is going through, right? In trying to come forward, or whatever the situation is right now in their life. The cards that came up were new love, honeymoon, express your love, and free yourself, okay? So make sure you free yourself. Don't allow yourself to be shackled again. But always express your love. And some of you may be going away on a little break with a honeymoon, whether it's a real honeymoon or just a vacation with a friend or your partner. And new love is coming in here as well. Around the divine feminine, or as she is seen, Queen of Swords is there with handle on the truth as it may seem. After a sudden loss of faith, a big purge, over-isolated, went out for a bit and became disconnected when they come home again. Had extended olive branch connecting out on a limb, but the branch had broken and then they got disconnection, okay? So be careful about going too far out from the heart. That's what it's referencing. When you go too far out on a limb, you're not heart-based anymore. The farther out from the trunk, like the tree, the worse the connection and spirits connecting. The heart is much stronger than the hands. Anything apart from you, you can definitely get interference. Just switch perspective of the truth to what your heart knows at all times. If you're hurt or cry or lacking faith or love, reconnect again. See the perspective from above the situation. Clear blocks of alchemy, patience, auto triggers to stay grounded when not in your intuition. Okay, so be aware of what your triggers are. To stay balanced in sharing and giving and receiving calmly. Okay, so when you go out there and you haven't experienced any real attacks or anything like that, never be in fear of it. Always be ready, knowing that you're going to get triggered to go calm. Stay calm. So just have a certain word or something like that you know when something like that happens. Go have that be your go-to word. Communication and healing, it's all about, and personal growth even more so for the feminine. Walking away if needed due to immature talk. So last night when I was having this conversation, if it's being hurtful, instead of feeding into it, disconnect. Especially around groups of catty girls or women who can be very nasty at times. Coming together tonight you may be coming together tonight at your work or your karmics or divine masculine's work. Third party surprise announcement. Could be around the twins. Someone may get divorced or the divorce is coming through, so they're having a party. Healing, forgiving, and shining your light and then more healing. All right, the healing never stops. Dreams come true. Looking up to find peace. Okay, so maybe they're expanding and bringing you in. Looking for peace around the King and Queen of Swords. The union transformed. When you guys are together as King and Queen of Swords, because you're still, you still have grief to clear, there's no options but for lovers to recover. Frustrated, holding energy of a new life, new passion, the King of Pentacles reversed, who's been dumped recently, or just overwhelmed because of losing money and status. No more fighting or conflicted for this King of Pentacles reversed. The King of Swords, his fight for prisoner is over, or his own, imprisoning of himself. He realizes that anxiety is all around the world. All right, but the world is completed. Loose ends tied up. Fully awake and at his peak. Sudden events of new life, new growth and expansion of the Queen of Swords in union with self. Message or news or child dropping all burdens with alchemy. Patience. At the E Tower, Divine Feminine's heart is coming together, or to a party, or no longer third party. The King and Queen of Swords trigger each other to release buildup of emotion. When together, there is no option but to recover. All right, so it's a beautiful message. It means people are coming physically into union now, and it's guiding you to allow the purges to come up. When you live together, you still get triggered sometimes, and you'll still cry sometimes, but you know how to deal with it now, okay? So the energies that came in for the rest of the read as far as signs, all 12 signs came up, and I'm going to tell you if they were in their positive or negative. The positives who were upright were Leo, Scorpio. Well, I'll tell them individually because some of them are both. Leo upright, Scorpio upright, Libra both, reversed and upright. So it could be 2 Libras, or it could be someone who's kind of going back and forth between their moods. Aries is also up and down. Sag is down. Aquarius is up. Virgo, I think, was down as well, but I'm not positive about that. Pisces was both up and down. Cancer was down. Taurus was up. Oh, Virgo was down. Okay. And then Gemini is up. So those are your energies. And I'm going to pull some oracle cards for you guys. And then I'm going to do the recording for the Divine Masculine read. All right, that was also very revealing as far as information. So if you can, I would listen to both for sure. Okay, so take a deep breath, guys. You really need it today. All right, so who should we call on today? Oh, I'm getting Saint Germain. All right, so really take those deep breaths. Make sure you ground yourself. If you can get outside and it's not too cold, put your feet in the grass or take a walk. Even if it is cold, take a walk. But you can hug a tree too, or you can meditate. Salt baths always come up as well. I use apricot scrub, so I always put my Himalayan salt in there. The salt's very cleansing. And what else? And a coffee scrub. Sometimes when I make my coffee scrub, and that's good scrub for the skin. The original recipe was with sugar, but I didn't want to use any sugar, right, since we get enough sweet as it is. So I put salt instead with rose petals and olive oil, which is amazing for the skin, actually. Okay. I think the recipe had used tea bags too, so if you want to use any special teas you use, you can add that to the scrub as well. Clear enough? All right. So, Saint Germain. It's January 12th, 2019. What does everyone need to know who's watching, and for the best and highest good of all those concerned? What do we need to know? What do we need to learn today? What is your advice? Saint Germain. Okay. We've got 2. The bottom is Marco. And actually that one wants to come out too. Marco's 47. 47 is the 7 of Cups. And the affirmation is, I am open to wisdom from the stars. And that's regarding Saturn, and he works with Commander Ashtar in the Intergalactic Fleet, which came up, so I'm going to get into that separately, but Marco's the underlying energy. 47 is an 11. It is the 7 of Cups. Alright, so first came out Thoth, okay, which has come up this week. 31 is the 5 of Wands, alright, so he's coming up with Saint Germain to help you transmute those energies. And Archangel Michael and Metatron, okay, so call on whoever you feel guided to call on if you need it. Excuse me. 31 is a 4 of stability, structure. It's also the early stages of manifestation. It's actually manifestation of survival on this world, not about the higher octave of manifestation, which goes more into those 8 energies, right, of manifesting your dreams. But 31-5, or 31-4 is the 5 of Wands. So it's a 4 energy and a 5 energy of that expansion energy. Conflict. All right, could be fighting. It also is about playing sports in competition. So Thoth, a high priest in the golden era of Atlantis, led his tribe to South America to become the Inca civilization. He taught that when every single aspect is in tune, the whole is automatically in harmony. And I'm about to tear up because it's exactly how my father would describe how the world is according to the body, because he was a physician. And Thoth, it made me cry because there's a parallel between Thoth and my dad, because he was very much like Thoth. Your guidance is to bring all parts of your life and your body into alignment so that you enjoy perfect health and happiness. Imagine every cell of your body as part of an orchestra. Let your thoughts conduct a magnificent concert for radiant well-being. Attune each area of your life to a higher purpose so that your life is a celebration. And the affirmation is, my life and my health are in perfect harmony. And health came up in the codes today, right? So it's confirming that. It's part of your, that was the underlying energy, okay? That's part of your personal growth. So make sure you take care of your health. The other card that came out was El Moria, number 44. This was a 4, we have no, this is an 8, all right? So we had 4s, now this is an 8, 44, 8. And 8 is of big sports, big business, inner strength, staying at 0 point, being in the flow, going with the flow, and manifesting your dreams. El Moria is the koan of the first ray of action. It's also the 4 of Cups, Atlas energy, mastering. He is helping us with the changes ahead and our opportunities for ascension. He's a member of the White Brotherhood and originates from Mercury. All right, and then we got a lot about communications. The Page of Swords came up, and the throat chakra. El Moria will soon become the Manu, the perfected man, on whom the new root race of humanity, with its 12 strands of connected and active DNA, will be based. In drawing this card, you're asked to lead by example, employing the self-discipline, strength, and integrity of an ascended master. You're reminded to use this power only for the highest good, of course. And the affirmation is, I stand in my power. All right, so again, we're being reminded, and it's the lesson that I was bringing up too about my purge last night. It doesn't matter if you purge, you're always going to have a situation where you're going to purge. You're learning to master and come right back from that and stand in your integrity. Be honest and be who you are. You know, even when it means that you cried, or you yelled at someone, or you got triggered, or, you know, whatever it is, or you look bad because you're crying all night, whatever, okay? And just get a better program that makes, that, you know, that helps. All right, so 4 cards came out, so I don't know if I'm going to read all 4, but we have the Intergalactic Council, which is 29. 29 is that 3 of Wands, which is, for me, it can be that your ship coming in, but for me, it's in our journey, it's all about staying present and seeing what's right in front of you. Don't go forward or back, just stay right here. 29 is another 11, okay, because we had a, what did we have? We had 47, 11, so this is another 11. And this is the Intergalactic Council, which came up in the underlying energy of Marco. So the Intergalactic Council says it's of 12 great masters that makes decisions for the highest good of this universe. The council includes Marco, Hilarion, Jesus, Ashtar, Cthulhu, El Moria, Paul the Venetian, Saint Germain, Kuan Yin, Lady Nada, Serapis Bey, and Lord Maitreya. Saying or thinking their names raises your frequency. Recognize you're a multi-dimensional being, connect with your deepest wisdom, and focus on the well-being of the universe. Oh, I forgot I'm wearing this is my dad's scrub shirt. Your guidance is to ask Universal Angel Bud Yalil to take you to the Intergalactic Council in meditation or sleep and offer to serve the universe. This will greatly expand your consciousness. And the affirmation is, I visit the Intergalactic Council today. And number 4 is Jesus. Number 40, which is the Page of Cups, which also came up today. All right, so we're confirming 2 pages, the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords, the communication and the love messages, which can just be a friend, a child, okay? Always being that innocent love energy. It's the 0 of Source supporting the 4 of structure, stability, and being responsible and dependable, and learning how to survive, as child do, as children do. So we have another 4 here, because Thoth was a 4 as well. All right, so 2 4s, 2 11s, and an 8 so far, but also 44 triggers all the master numbers and the 11s, because 11, 22, 33, 44 are master numbers. Once one comes up, it triggers them all. 40 is that 4. Jesus came from Venus, planet of love. He was sent to Earth to carry the Christ light at a time when the energy was very low. He incarnated as an Essene and received spiritual teachings throughout his childhood and adult life. Then he underwent many initiations to prepare his energy centers to carry the vibration of unconditional love. This card reminds you that all challenging people and situations are tests to prepare you for ascension. To pass these tests, you need to respond to them with unconditional love and balance. And remember, there is only one love. The affirmation is, I respond with unconditional love today. So that's including yourself. So you do purge, love yourself. Give yourself a big hug. All right. So now we have the past life deck. Okay, take another deep breath. Take a deep breath. I'm going to go to Thoth this time. Thoth. And Saint Germain. What is our advice today? January 12th, 2019, for everyone watching, for the best and highest good of all those concerned. What is it that we need to know? Sorry. What is it that we need to know? What is it? It's just like, everything keeps kind of like splatting. What is it that we need? What is it we need to know? What is it that we need to learn? Okay? Thoth, Saint Germain. Alright. I'm going to do another shuffle because I feel like they each want to give me a separate message. Okay. Doing a lot. Baby is at the bottom. Alright, so baby. We're talking a lot about children. The Page of Cups is often the baby or the youngest of the family. And also this week coming up was the baby gotta love me. But this is in a bird's nest as well. Let nature take its course. And learn from the baby, right? Because the baby loves unconditionally. Alright, and in this hand you see, right? Hands are always up. You know, hug me, love me. Making a peace symbol with their hands, okay? And you see there's a male and a female hand both supporting the baby, right? It takes 2 to make a baby. Underneath that is imprisonment or slavery. Alright, so many may feel imprisoned by having a child. Okay, that might be coming up for some who are pregnant or just having a baby, or it could be from a past life situation where you felt imprisoned by a child. And there's portal energy here to go through the portal. That came up in the masculine read too, about the Lionsgate portal is closing for good. And I forgot to bring this up too. It probably comes up in the masculine read. I'm going to bring it up again because 808 kept coming up for me the past couple days. 808, 808, and then this morning after my purge, I woke up at 807 because it was showing me I'm just 1 digit out of alignment because of my purge last night. And then I woke up again at 817, and then 827, and then 837, so it kept reminding me. But then it comes up in the read that's the reason wasn't just because of my purge. The reason was because we are doing a final closing of the lion's gate, or if it's just about the lioness. So there may be Leos that are being shut down and shut out. So that was a message that I didn't want to forget to bring up. So we have the baby here, and imprisonment. The first cards that came out, okay, were ships and forgiveness. And you see how pure all this is. There's different tones to the cards in this deck, and these are matching tones of that purity. It's kind of a, and it's not all pure white. You know, there's always a little gray in there. It's showing you this light gray in the background. But it's pure. So fresh, and I want to say crisp linen. It's about opening the shades and letting the light in. You might want to clean. For those of you who are hung up about cleaning, you know, who may be type A or obsessive about cleaning, they're telling me to tell you this purity thing and opening the shades or clean white linen has nothing to do with that. There's always gray, all right? We're telling you to go walk around in the dirt, all right? Stop worrying so much about the dirt in your house and worry about the dirt that's in you. This is the purity, the integrity that they're talking about. There will always be a little bit of gray, even in the purest of situations. The ship's coming in, and there's 2 doves flying, released. That's at a wedding ceremony, okay? So it's making me want to cry, okay? So the ships are coming in because your ship's coming in, and you need to show forgiveness. Okay, because it's very pure and beautiful. Then we have the scriber, writer, and the trees. Okay, and this card came up yesterday about the crucifixion. Okay, and what the channeling that I'd gotten in France from Jesus, look to the sun under the butterflies, and why keep your eyes closed when there's all of this to see? And this was his reference to his time on the cross. So scriber, writer, write about it, journal it. Whatever it is, the pain that you have. There's so much to see just right in front of your face. Write about it. Light a candle and make it pretty. And Spirit's connecting with me. And it's making me want to cry again. To put it into words. Put it into words and make it beautiful. Okay, so whether it's just the words that are supposed to be beautiful, or calligraphy, or whatever it is, your artistic style, if you're an artist, make it something beautiful, sealed with a kiss or whatever. Okay, but it's saying to do it with your own flair and style, and to just journal, to release your own words and your heart, so that more of your creative abilities come up and out, so you recognize them. I'm not crying because of my head. This is heart cries. It's different. These two came out as well, so I wanted to bring them up. All right, spirituality and religion, and persecution and inquisition. All right, the times when we had to do everything by candlelight because there was nothing else. The beauty of the shadowing of the light or the candle. To appreciate those small things. And your chakras, again, I'm being reminded of the chakras, to open up your chakras, because you have chakras everywhere in your body, in your palms of your hands. Use them in healing. To open up your chakras to everything, to the written word, to a book, to the candlelight when the lights go out, and feel the spirituality in everything. And learn about the different religions, so you understand the difference between religions, so that you can be a bearer of bridging those differences. Also, persecution and inquisition, that we were hung for our beliefs, especially women. And witches and all that kind of stuff, being called witches. So even if, and also on our journey, it's bringing up, even if someone does do something evil, all right, it's still about staying neutral in the situation, because the perspective of the universe is that we're all equal energy, and that if you feed into this negative energy, you only build it up. It's not because you're saying it's okay what they did, you know. It's like the mother, you know, who dealt with someone killing their child, and then them going to the prison when they're over their grief, able to forgive the prisoner and actually helping him to reform. This is what it's about. It's not about overlooking it. It's about loving that person. And I love that. If you haven't seen it before, you have to watch The Shack, because it's a beautiful reference to God's perspective on all of his children, not just the good ones. The ones who misbehave and are bad. God isn't going, God or source or creator or the love energy, no matter what you call the universal energy, it can't pick one over the other. It will take care of it, all right? Because to every reaction, there's an equal and opposite reaction. The universe naturally takes care of that. It is not for you to judge. It's for you to love. I'm sorry, this is all heart stuff coming up. It's not from my head. I didn't ask Jesus. This is Jesus' message. The first one was from Saint Germain. The second one was from Thoth, who wants you to write and get sun, because he's like the doctor. And Saint Germain is about purity, right? And transmuting the energies. And then this is from Jesus, okay? Because he's about the religious, you know, persecution. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go to something more cheerful. Okay, journey of love. Clear a line. Clear a line. Thoth is telling me it's not just from me, it's from me and your dad. And clear on a line. Okay. So did you take a deep breath? Okay, so do I dare to ask them all again? Now I have to ask Jesus too. Saint Germain, Thoth, Dad, and Jesus. It is January 12th, 2019. For everyone watching here today, and the best and highest good of all is concerned, what is it that we need to know from you guys, and what do we need to learn? Whatever it is you want, I'll do. Okay. The underlying energies drop into your heart. See what it does to you. Drop into your heart's number 68. Okay, and it's very much that magenta and green. It doesn't look magenta on the screen, but it's very magenta and green. And 68 is the Page of Pentacles, who is the student. That's the underlying energy. And 68 is a 5. So it's that expansion energy, the 8 of inner strength, and staying at 0 point, and then the 6 on the outside of that motherly love energy. Okay, which makes sense to drop into your heart. And I was getting that from Thoth about dropping into your heart, right? Because the Page of Pentacles is the perpetual student, always wanting to learn. it is a pentacle, which is earth energy, but there's a bit of Sagittarius energy there too in the page. Okay, so loving all that is, it's 5,500 I was just saying, and this is 22. So it wanted me to bridge them together. 22 is the Fool, and 55 is the Ace of Swords. It's all about the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. And the Fool. It was all about opening their heart no matter what, and taking a leap of faith. Faith and truth. Loving all that is. Okay. And the 55 and the 22 is about balance. It's bringing justice in here too, with the Ace of Swords and the Fool. So something more is going to come up about that. And I look at the cards in a minute. Okay. So loving all that is from Saint Germain. And then the Lovers is from Jesus. And that's 57. That's about the third party broken heart situation, about separation. Separation from self. Third party heartbreak, when more than one person's involved. And I'm being asked to bring up flirtation around that as well. Flirtation is not innocent, all right? It depends on your intention. It's always about the intention. If there's sexual intention behind the flirtation, it is not okay to just flirt with whoever you want, because you break hearts that way, okay? Maybe good for your ego, but it also takes down people. People have killed themselves over that. Message from Jesus, okay? So that's a 3, the 22 is a 4, and the 68 is a 5. All right, so we've got 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, was it 1? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 came up in the coding also. So I'm going to read you these two cards. Loving all that is, number 22. I'm going to look at them for 1 second. They're very different, because one is just black and white, the Lovers, very simple. The other one is very much of the feminine energy, taking it all in. Allow it to come to you. This one is about receiving. It's about taking it all in, allowing the light and the love to be given to you, and just feel it. Allow yourself to, it's referencing my tears from my heart, okay? Enjoy it. Don't be apologetic for it. All right. Loving all that is. You wise awakening being. You can love all that is. You can love your tears and your sadness, for they're a testament to your open heart. You can love your numbness and fatigue, for they show that you've worked hard and are now in need of rest. You can love your energy and your passion, even when you're so far ahead of the pack that you have to wait a while for everyone else to catch up. Maybe a day, maybe a decade or so. Because you choose not to curb your enthusiasm for anyone. You can love your anger, because underneath its fire is a desire for respect. And you can love your peacefulness, because within your heart you really don't care much for fighting sometimes. If there's something that's shaming you, worrying you, challenging you, it's okay to just love it. It will make sense when it needs to, and until then, just love it, even when it hurts. For it's part of your own divine nature awakening. It may just be like a painful cramp happening because it's been curled up for too long. This oracle brings you a sweet message. You're just asked to love, and everything else will take care of itself. The poem simply says, a state of being, allowing, receiving, becoming one with all that is. Okay? And that means even when you're confused and you're purging. Okay? So remember that. A state of being. Just be. Allowing, receiving, becoming one with all that is. And so much about the feminine and the feminine within the masculine, to allow themselves to receive, to be the receiver for once, okay? All right, 57, the Lovers. Yes, it's love. And it's 55 again, the truth. And 57. Yes, it's love. It drives you forward and pulls you back to your heart. It makes, right, so they wanted me to contrast that. 55 is the Ace of Swords and 57 is the Three of Swords, because 55 is the truth, your heart. 57 is the disconnection, the Three of Swords, right, when there's pain. It's disconnection. Yes, it's love. It drives you forward and pulls you back to your heart. It makes the mind mad with misunderstanding and breaks it open to enlightened compassion. It is love. Your yearning heart shall have it. Your destiny is to be the lover of the beloved. This oracle brings a message of love, love, love. It's finding you now. Be open to it in all its forms. Be the god and goddess of love and paint the town red. Play in passionate embrace with life as your lover and prepare to receive even more than what you believe that you're capable of handling. The poem reads, love is a magic word that holds the universe together. It is both an emotion and something ephemeral that lives like a fire's glow, or the pink light, compassion, on the clouds after the sun has set. It is alive and yet indefinable. It causes the heart to beat more rapidly, feelings to show, and young people to write, sing, dance, and become totally immersed in its hold. Love can beckon coyly or flaunt itself with wanton abandon. Love can live and grow seemingly forever, or vanish in a fleeting moment when we least suspect. And in the twilight of our years, reflecting on the life we have lived, it is love which colors every turn and twist of our memory. And when we pass from this earthly plane, it will be love that will light our soul on its journey home. And as I'm reading, they're reminding me, I'm reading 57, and I'm 57 years old, okay? So love, it's about three swords, all the sword of truth. Love, 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 okay? I don't think I'm going to pull anything else, because I think that pretty much says it all. You know what you need to do, guys. Just master and rise and be loved.